So regarding the fools, the Khawarij, they're saying that Muhammad bin Salman built an idol in Saudi Arabia. These people don't know the difference between an idol and a statue. I'll explain it to you. An idol is a statue that is built for people to worship besides Allah. A statue is a different case. A statue, however, is built. Sometimes a person may build it for remembrance, sometimes he may, show like the honor of a person. Now, both these things are haram, but for one of them is shirk and one of them is not shirk, but a gateway to shirk. For example, a picture that you might see in your house, it is considered a gateway to shirk. It is not considered shirk in itself, like whoever puts a picture in his house does not mean he worships it or has committed shirk by it, but it could be a wasila to shirk. This is why it's forbidden. Now, having pictures in the house or having statues is from the major sins. However, it does not reach the point of shirk unless a person worships it. Let me give you an example. When the fool Ibn Ali the Khariji, he went to Egypt, where did he go specifically in one of his vids? He recorded himself going to the places of the pyramids, where there are statues, the Sphinx, and these types of things. Why is the fool going there? Because the Prophet Muhammad said, إِذَا مَرَّتُمْ بِدَارِ الظَّالِمِينَ فَأَسْرِعُوا. If you go pass through the people of those wrongdoers or those people who Allah has punished or has cursed, the lands of the places of curse, then leave it, run away from it. Why didn't this Khariji do this? If this Khariji is against this, why did he go to the place of the fitna? And he has these videos. He had these videos, he put them there, wallahi. Him in Egypt going to the pyramids, to the Sphinx. Now, of course, we know Amr ibn al-As did not destroy the pyramids because they were not considered idols. They were too hard to destroy as well. And they were not worshipped besides Allah. Similarly with the Sphinx, it was a mountain. Although it was not worshipped during this particular time as an idol, it was hard to destroy it as well, so he left it. But if it was very serious, he would have spent money to destroy it and to get rid of it as much as any way as possible. So this is what I have to say, the hypocrisy. When we see, for example, people building in other Muslim countries a statue of Saddam Hussein, no one says a thing. You don't hear that dajjah, you don't hear that, the inkar, the harshness. Oh, look, this is happening. No, rather we see many people celebrating. No one speaks against it. طيب. In Palestine, you know what happened? For those who support Palestinians, for Muhammad Hublus, what's his name? That guy, Muhammad Hublus. We are free of the leaders in the protest. He's in a protest of Palestine. He's saying we are free from the Muslim leaders. The guy did inkar on the Muslim leaders behind their back. The fool in that protest didn't do inkar because it was a mixed protest. There was mixed genders. There were women without hijab. There were women like this. There were women like that. There were women mixing with men there. How come? How come the fool was silent on that? La, when it comes to Palestine, we can do the haram things and we can fight, we can protest, we can do the haram things for its sake. But when it comes to Saudi Arabia, no. They're doing haram. You have to stop it. Haram. This is haram. What happened there? Why the double standards? Why the hypocrisy? Antum, you're the same as the Rawafid. The Rawafid first goal is to destroy Saudi Arabia. Yani, Imam al-Shafi'i says, if you want to know where the truth is, look to where all the arrows are pointing towards. The Rawafid pointing towards Saudi Arabia. Our hadaf is to destroy Saudi Arabia, take it over. The Ikhwan al-Muslimin, same thing. The Sururiya, same thing. The Khawarij, we will go and kill the Saudi king and we'll take over Bilad al-Haramain. America, all of those, they want hadaf Bilad al-Haramain. They want to take over the Kaaba, they want to take over this, they want to take over that. يعني just to be honest, the حكام are not going to be infallible whether they're in Saudi Arabia or anywhere. يعني the حكام of Saudi Arabia aren't infallible. They're humans like us and you. They are not prophets at all as well. نعم, a statue being built anywhere is a major sin. لكن هناك فرق بين العبادة وبين اتخاذ هذا الشيء تمثال مثلا. الحين بن سلمان, for those saying that he built this thing, the statue, and they called it an idol. How is it an idol? هل did Ibn Salman tell people to worship it? مثلا the Statue of Liberty in America, does anyone worship it today? I'm with you, it's haram. It's a major sin to build a statue because it's وسيلة شرك. لكن هل من يفعلها يشرك بالله؟ يعني إذا لم يعبدها هل أشرك بالله مثلا؟ لا. No. Because if we say أشرك بالله, then in the Quran itself it mentions that during the time of Sulaiman the jinn used to make for him تماثيل. تلك التفسير القرطبي, some say تماثيل الحيوانات مثلا, of animals ذات أرواح. Some say no, it was not animals. لكن they said if it was animals, then it was permissible at this certain time because it was not taken as worship. Some of the Mufassirun said it was of the Anbiya. It was pictures of the Anbiya, the statues during the time of Sulaiman, so that when the people go to the places of worship, they would look at it and they would remember the piousness of this person. They would want to resemble that prophet in that statue by worshipping Allah the same way as that prophet. They will remember the prophets. Like, of course, during the time Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Aisha used to have in her house tamathil, statues. They were not statues of Allat al-Uzza and Manat. No, they were not the statues that were being worshipped by the pagan Arabs, as Imam Nawawi says. لكن they were تماثيل يعني ذات أرواح, of animals مثلا. لكن then Jibril came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and told him that we do not enter a house in where there is pictures and statues. So at this point Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam got rid of them. لكن هنا السؤال, this is the question, when they were there before Jibril came and said that we will not enter the house of Tamid, before the Tahrim came, was the Prophet and Aisha worshipping these these statues? لا. They were not statues of Lat al-Uzza مثلا. They were not the statues that were worshipped by the or by anyone, by the Arabs. They were just basically made there just for like decoration. If we want to say that bin Salman right now built this statue, and that whoever builds a statue intends to worship it and is a kafir and a mushrik, then we have claimed that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before the tahrim of statues and pictures, the statues that were in the house of Aisha, and the Prophet used to enter the house and not forbid her from it, we would say that the statues were being used as worship. No, that's a different story. أحيانا sometimes we can say the graves that have been built in the mosques, in most mosques they're being worshipped, in some mosques they're not being worshipped. هنا الفرق, both are still haram. One is shirk, one is being worshipped, which is shirk. One is not being worshipped, but it's still haram to be placed in the masjid. Right? Why? Because I can give you an evidence. Surah Al-Kahf. When the people of the Kahf, Ashab al-Kahf, died, the people said, let us take a masjid over the graves. Right? Did these righteous people that took a masjid over the graves, were they intending to worship them? The graves? No. لكن in our shara, in the shara of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whoever places mosques whoever places graves in the mosques, it's haram both ways. One is shirk. If they're being worshipped, then it's shirk. If it's not being worshipped, then it's haram. But the haram one does not mean that a person who goes in that mosque or does that builds a mosque over a grave is a mushrik. It's not a mushrik unless he worships it and orders people to worship it. But we say it's a wasila for shirk, but not shirk of itself. So where is the kufr of Ibn Salman, ya Khawarij? Naam, I agree that that statues and pictures are forbidden and وسيلة للشرك، لكن ليس الشرك بنفسه إلا إذا عبدها الشخص. Right? Only if a person worships it, then that becomes shirk. We always see, for example, Suwar al-Muluk, the pictures of the kings, Ibn Salman, Muhammad bin Salman in the places. Lakin we never saw them worshipping them. We never saw them ordering the people to worship these pictures. فهناك فرق. When we see in Palestine, in Ramallah, Nelson Mandela sent them a statue. The people of South Africa sent the Palestinians a statue of Nelson Mandela. Now, let me put this place. They send them a statue of a kafir. Ibn Salman is a Muslim. That's a different thing. But they send them of a kafir. Yani a kafir to remember this kafir. Yani more worse than a Muslim, right? Both are haram, but more worse than a Muslim. They brought him to Ramallah. The people of Ramallah accepted it. The Palestinians accepted it, the statue of Nelson Mandela, and put it there. And the people were all surrounded by it. And they were taking pictures. Palestinians were taking pictures. Hijabi Palestinians were taking pictures next to it. As this Nelson Mandela reminds the people of Palestine, the people of South Africa are with them. Because, Nelson Mandela was known for freeing slaves, right? They want to show the Palestinians that they're not enslaved, and they must remember Nelson Mandela. We don't see anyone saying, refuting these Palestinians. Why? La, Palestinians you've been suffering for years. But if they're suffering for years, the thing that they're doing is still haram. Why blame it on bin Salman and not blame it on these people? What's the issue here? There's something wrong. It's not about Aqidah. This is not about Aqidah. This problem is not about Aqidah. When you want it to be Aqidah, you blame it on a person. But when you love a people and you want full desires, you don't blame it on them. ليش? Although you have to, munkar has to be, evil has to be forbidden either way. Whether you love this person or you hate this person. What happened here? هلا هذه المشكلة هنا. يعني كفرتم ابن سلمان without a حجة or a دليل, without a burhan from the scholars or from the Quran and the Sunnah. From your own jahl, you assume that this is an idol. Who is worshipping it? Who is bowing down to it? Show me one person who is bowing down to this statue of Ibn Salman. Show me Ibn Salman saying that, everyone worship me, worship my statue of mine. هناك فرق. And the hadith is speaking about حتى يلحق قبائل من العرب المشركين until Arab tribes follow the mushrikun and start building idols. It's referring to the idols built in pre-Islamic periods. Allat wal Uzza wa Manat will come back. Is the statue of Ibn Salman Allat wal Uzza wa Manat? Is it being worshipped beside Allah? About the idol, of what's it called? What is it called? The idol of Dhul Khulaysa, the Arab tribe. The Prophet said, "La taqum as-sa'a," the hour will not come until the women will shake their buttocks going around the idol of Dhul Khulaysa. Dhul Khulaysa was a pre-Islamic, like a Kaaba, pre-Islamic Kaaba there for the Yemenites. There was someone buried in it, like their person that they believe is their prophet, mushrik, false prophet. He's built in it and they go around it. They used to go around it during Jahiliyyah. In the year 1900 something, it was rebuilt again. There's some news that says it was rebuilt again. The Al Saud, what they did is they went and destroyed it, and now you can go there and see the remains. It's like destroyed. Allahu alam if this was the prophecy that happened during this time, or it will be rebuilt again in the end of times and this will happen. Like I am saying is you should not lie to yourselves, and you should not claim this and this and this and this and that without coming to a dalil. Stay away from takfir if you don't have any ilm. Leave the takfir to the scholars. I have not seen one scholar right now in Saudi Arabia make takfir on any of the hukam there by building the statue. Ankaruha, yes. Yankurun, Shaykh Salih Fawzan, if you go, he says at-tamathil wal asnam, both are wrong, both are forbidden, haram. Asnam is worse, the one that is worshipped besides Allah is worse because it's shirk. So هذه مشكلتكم. This is your problem. Okay. يجيك واحد يقول لك one person comes and says don't eat McDonald's, don't eat Burger King. يجيك واحد يقول لك Israel woman I love you so much. Saudis, they Israel woman I love you so much. Then you go see a Palestinian person, a Palestinian Muslim, go and kiss a Israeli soldier in Palestine, and it's يعني recorded. They say no, he is a Palestinian. معليش لا بس Saudi does it. End of the world. والله أنتم كذابون منافقون, double faced. تنكرون عليهم على السعوديين ولا تنكرون على الفلسطينيين. How come? Both they're doing haram. How come you only blame it on one of the people and not the others? هذه مشكلتكم. والله if a person comes and dares and says what the Palestinians are doing is haram, the whole world will go and shout from the bottom of their lungs and make takfir and this and that. لكن if it's another Arabic country, لا, if it's Saudi Arabia especially, معليش لا بأس. يعني لبنان, they have no problem with it. على الأقل Lebanon right now allows gays. Lebanon has nightclubs. Lebanon has prostitution. Lebanon has Syria is the same thing. Iraq is the same thing. عراق قل إنهم روافض يعني. What else? Palestinians, they have اختلاط in their culture. They have اختلاط على كل حال, right? Egyptians, same thing. على الأقل السعودية أخف من ذلك. السعودية is still way much better than all these countries والله. way better. يعني على الأقل إذا ذهبت للسعودية, everywhere the woman نقاب, اختلاط, there is no اختلاط. Of course in some areas there is, بس يعني there is way much more modesty than any of the Arab countries. Go to Lebanon, كاشفين عن رؤوسهم, the women, they're going out, nothing on, walking in the streets. In Syria, same thing. In Syria there was a hijabi, she's wearing shorts, bro. Masr, same thing. لكن in Saudi Arabia is different. Go there, you see it's different. Women there are fully dressed, niqab. There is more hishma, there is more modesty than in any other country. وأنتم تعدون السعودية على هذا؟ يعني على الأقل على little things, bro, little things. You make it a bigger deal on Saudi more than any Muslim country. هذاك دمشقية, this idiot Lebanese guy دمشقية. Erdogan is يعني بعدين حيقول أمير المؤمنين. He's going to say أمير المؤمنين. He curses the Khalij people, حكام الخليج, محمد بن سلمان. لكن to be fair guys, to be fair, يعني I urge anyone whoever is to obey Erdogan not to speak against him. Like, and to be fair, guys, if we look at Turkey in general, I'm not gonna talk about Muslim leaders. I'm gonna talk about Turkey in general. Aren't there freedom, secularism? Aren't there? Don't people drink rakis openly? Rakis, what do you call alcohol, type of intoxicant, wine, nightclubs, women not wearing hijab. Ataturk, bringing back Ataturk, that kafir, the apostate, praising him. اختلاط, no deen, a lot of Sufism, Quburis, people who believe in good and bad omens. يعني, and the Mashqiya is praising Turkey, and he has a problem with Saudi Arabia. يعني, أنا to be honest, when I went to Hajj and Umrah in 2019, Wallahi al-Azim, when we were in the airplane, when we entered Saudi territory, Wallahi wa billahi wa tallahi, the airplane, the pilot said, in the air, in the Saudi air, and in the land, the rules is no alcohol must be served. When we left Saudi in the airplane, they said the same thing. No alcohol is to be served unless we get out of Saudi territory. You know, in the sky, in the airplane. And unless they get off Saudi territory, they're out of it. Then alcohol can be served. يعني, I don't know what else يعني. وهذا كله اللي تسمع على الأخبار. All of this that you hear on the news is lie fabrication. يعني, it mostly comes from either the enemies of Islam. يا أخي, one time there's this guy, he was promoting Imran Hussein. This guy had I don't remember who this guy, he's Indian or Bengali or something. Wallahi al-Azim. I used to watch him long ago. He used to bring Sunni hadiths, like Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, and use this to prove that Saudi Arabia is the land of Dajjal. And the Al Saud are Dajjals and Wahhabis are Dajjals and this and that. Through mutaba'a, the guy started praising Iran, the Shias. The guy started defending Ahmed Ahmadinejad. The guy started to say the Houthis took over. He started praising the Houthis for taking over, as they claim, for the claim that they took over lands of what's it called, Jazan. Jazan, right? So the guy started praising him. I was like, bro, something is wrong with this guy. He's using Sunni hadiths and he's praising the Rafidah. Yani, there's some deception going on here. Yani, this guy is a Rafidi. This guy is a Rafidi. He uses his taqiyya to do what? To use Sunni hadiths against the Sunnis and against Saudi Arabia. In the end, his true colors start showing. He praises Khomeini, he praises the Rawafid. They say they're on the haqq. They're fighting Israel. They're the only people fighting Israel. Saudi Arabia is allying with Israel, doing this and that. So, يعني, it's خطر يعني. It's not something to take it easy يعني. It's something very dangerous. People should be aware to whom they're listening to, who they're taking their ilm from. If you're taking news from the media where the رويبضة speak, إنه رجل تافه يتكلم في أمر العامة, a stupid person who talks about public affairs. In the deen, when we take the deen, we take it from a person who's trustworthy. إن هذا العلم دين فانظروا عمن تأخذوا دينكم. So why do we go on the news and take it from anyone? كله ناعق وكله مهرج. Everyone who speaks, we don't know if this person is trustworthy or not. If the deen, we have to take it from a trustworthy person. Why are we taking news from a non-trustworthy person who we don't know his trustworthiness, or news that we don't know his trustworthiness? So هذه مصيبة يعني. والله it's a fitna يعني. أقسم بالله it's a fitna. And people have to be aware of it. يعني, if they think they're gonna pass the fitna of Dajjal and they can't pass this fitna, they're going to easily fall into the fitna of Dajjal, because the fitna of Dajjal is worse than this fitna. They didn't pass the small fitna, they will not be able to pass the biggest fitna, which is the fitna of Dajjal. I have to end it here. Wassalamu alaikum.